Welcome to SolidCAM Professor. I'm Sydney, your SolidCAM Professor, with one of many videos available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In this recording, we'll be showing the use of mill turn, as well as using both front and back spindles on a machine that has two spindles, a front and a back spindle. As you can see, we have a main spindle over here, and we also have another setup for our back spindle. Let's just go into our first turning operation as shown over here. And you can see that we'll be using the main spindle in this particular case, and that's chosen directly from here. If we take a look at our geometry, we'll be turning this area as shown over here on the part up until this point. Also note that we'll be using an external roughing tool from this position as shown over here. Let's take just a quick look at the simulation itself, and you can see that the tool goes down and turns that entire area as shown over here, leaving this area over here still to be turned because the tool itself could not get into that area. So for that, we have our second operation using the exact same geometry as we used in the previous operation, but this time we'll be using the external rough tool in this position as shown over here. The same tool, but this time turned around in the other position so that I can actually work on this side as well. Again, taking a look at the simulation, you'll see that now it works in a step mode, clearing out this area as well and doing a finished cut there as well. Next, we have a drilling operation to drill out the center of this hole over here of the part itself. And then we've started with our profile operation. In our profile operation, we've machined out this area over here. If we take a look at the operation itself, you can see that we have our geometry as shown over here, and we have the proper tool needed to machine that area, plus the levels up until where we have to go to. Taking a quick look at the simulation using this time Solid Verify simulation, you'll see that the tool goes down and mills out around that part, giving us the proper shape needed for that particular surface. Now, the next operation that was done was a turning operation just to turn out this area inside over there. If we run our simulation of that area itself, you'll see that it works exactly inside that area as shown over here. Also turning out this area over here and doing a finished cut as well. Next, we've milled out these surfaces around over here, and we're still working in our main spindle. What we've done here is a simple profile operation using the transform option to turn around the center of the part to do all of these surfaces over there. Just take a quick look at the operation itself. Again, Mach 1 position 5 with the main spindle. Our geometry is this area over here, the proper tool needed for this operation, and of course going down to the right level in order to machine this correctly. Taking a quick look at the simulation using Solid Verify, you'll see the tool goes down, mills out that surface, and since we were working with the option of transform, it milled out those other two surfaces as well as it was rotated around the center of the part. Now, the next operation is a drilling operation, as in the next operation also, after that, just drilling out these holes, again using a transform to get to those holes on every one of those surfaces. Now, the final operation here, we've also milled out these holes over here, also using the option of transform to get every single one of those holes within one operation. Now, for our last operation in the main spindle, we've took the proper position to mill out these surfaces around over here. And over here, we've used the transform around the center as well to mill out all of them. Just taking a quick look at the operation. Again, main spindle, this time Mach 1 position 6. Taking a look at the geometry, you'll see that we have this area that had to be machined out over there using the proper tool, levels, and the technology needed to machine out this area. Taking a quick look at the simulation, you can see that the tool goes down, mills out that surface, and since we use the option of transform rotate around the center, it does every single one of those surfaces. Now the same was done for our next operation, the drilling as well, drilling out the hole that is on every one of those surfaces as shown in this illustration over there. Next, we'll be moving on to our back spindle, and for that we have another setup for our back spindle. If we were to go into our first operation, which is again a turning operation, you can see we're back to Mach 1 position 1, but this time using the back submachine for this operation. The tool, again being the external roughing tool with this position as shown over there. Just taking a quick look at the geometry, we'll be turning this area as shown over here. In our technology, again, you can see we're using the long external as well as the work type rough. We'll be doing a rough and semi-finish as well. Taking a quick look at the simulation, you'll see that the tool goes in and finishes that one surface over there using the turning operation in our back spindle. Now, all of the rest of the operations that we have over here, all are done in our back spindle, whether it be the profile operation for this surface over here, drilling operation, the other turning operation that we need to finish off this area in over here, as well as the profile operation for this area and the drilling operations for these holes as shown over here. Let's just take a quick look now at the simulation on the entire part using Solid Verify simulation. You can see the turning being done on the areas that needed, all the milling being done, milling again around the part itself, then the switch over after it finishes these surfaces over here to the back spindle itself as shown at this point, and now the milling around here, the turning and the milling of this pocket as well as its drilling, using the front and back spindles to machine this part. For more videos on SolidCAM Professor, please go to our website www.solidcam.com and look for the tab called SolidCAM Professor. Thank you for joining us on SolidCAM Professor. Take care and have a nice day.